Yeah, okay now. Hello,
Yeah, okay now.
Hello, အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါရှင်ကျွန်မကတော့ Teacher Center က Prima College နဲ့ပူးပေါင်းပြီးတော့အသစ်ဖွင့်လှစ်လိုက်တဲ့ OSST program ရဲ့ facilitator တူဖြစ်သူ Lina ပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင်ဒီကနေ့မှာတော့ Lina က OSST program နဲ့သက်ဆိုင်တဲ့ပထမဦးဆုံးသော webinar လေးရဲ့ MC အနေနဲ့ပါဝင်သွားမှာပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင် A very good evening to all the distinguished guests who are here with us today. It's a pleasure to welcome you all today to the very first webinar of OSST program from Prima College and Teacher Center. Before we proceed, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Lina, and I'll be the MC for today's event. ပထမဦးစွာယနေ့ခမ်းနားကိုတက်ရောက်လာကြသောလူကြီးမင်းများနဲ့မိတ်ဆက်ပေးပါစေရှင် Ms. 𝐻𝐿, the Senior Regional Manager, Southeast Asia of 𝐒𝐜𝐴 College, OSST Program E, Academic Director, Dr. 𝐸𝐸𝐿, Ms. Lin, the Regional Manager, Southeast Asia of Prima College. It's all my pride and honor to have amazing guests here today. Let me introduce them to all of you. From the Teacher Center, we have Dr. 𝐸𝐸𝐿, Academic Director of OSST Program. While as from the 𝐒𝐿 College, we have the Ms. 𝐻𝐿, the Senior Regional Manager. We also have the Ms. Lin from Prima College, Southeast Asia of Prima College. ဆက်လက်ပြီးတော့အစီအစဉ်ရဒေါက်တာတင်ကြီးအောင်ကနေပြီးတော့ OSST program ရဲ့တူချင်ကောင်းမွန်တဲ့အကြောင်းအများများကိုပြောပြသွားမှာပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင် Starting off, teacher Dr. 𝐸𝐸𝐿, can you please share about the outstanding benefit of OSST?
Okay, so let me share my PowerPoint. Okay, firstly, so maybe hello, အားလုံးပဲเนาะနှုတ်ဆက်ပါတယ်ကျမတော့ဒေါက်တာတင်ကြီးအောင်ဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒေါက်တာတင်ကြီးအောင်ကဒီမှာကျမ Teacher Center ရဲ့ OSST program မှာကျမ program director ဖြစ်နေကျမတာဝန်ထမ်းဆောင်နေပါတယ်OSST program လေးအကြောင်းအနည်းငယ်ရှင်းပြလိုပါတယ် OSST program လေးကကျမတို့ကနေဒါနိုင်ငံရဲ့ Ontario ပြည်နယ်ရဲ့ Secondary School Diploma ပေးတဲ့ program လေးတစ်ခုဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီ program လေးက A level တို့ IB တို့လိုပဲသူက University ရဲ့ first year ကိုတန်းပြီးတော့ join ပြီးတော့တက်လို့ရတဲ့အကြောင်းလေးတစ်ခု certificate လေးတစ်ခုဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီ certificate က world မှာလည်း recognize လုပ်ထားတာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ဒီ OSST program certificate ရပြီးသွားရင် University ရဲ့ first year ကိုကျမတို့ကျောင်းလျှောက်လို့ရပါတယ်ရှင်ဒါလေးကတော့ကျမတို့ကနေဒါရဲ့ top 10 university တွေက OSST program ကိုလက်ခံတဲ့ကျောင်းလေးတွေပါဒါလေးကတော့ United States မှာရှိတဲ့ OSST program ကိုလက်ခံတဲ့ကျောင်းလေးတွေပါဒါလေးကတော့ကျမတို့ United Kingdom မှာရှိတဲ့ OSST program ကိုလက်ခံတဲ့ကျောင်းလေးတွေပါဒါလေးတွေကလည်း Australia မှာရှိတဲ့ university တွေပါပဲဒါကတော့ Hong Kong ကပါအားလုံးက top 10 university တွေကိုပဲ list လုပ်ထားဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒါအပြင်အခြား university တွေတော်တော်များများမှာလည်းဒီ OSST program ကိုလက်ခံကြပါတယ်ရှင်မြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာ OSST တက်ချင်ရင်ဘယ်ကျောင်းမှာတက်နိုင်မှာမလဲဆိုရင်ကျမတို့ Teacher Center မှာတက်နိုင်ပါတယ်။သမီးပေါ်လိုက် OSST Hello
Hello ချေဟုတ် teacher ရဲ့ screen လေးမမြင်ရဘူးရှင်ဟုတ်
အော် screen မမြင်ရဘူးလား
Okay ချေဟုတ်
Okay ခဏလေးနော် just screen ဒီမှာလုပ်ပေးလိုက်မယ်
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ချေ
ကြားပြီလားသမီးမြင်ရပြီလား
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ချေဟုတ်
ကိုရပြီနော်ဟုတ်ပါOSST program ကိုမြန်မာကျောင်းသားတွေနဲ့မိတ်ဆက်ပေးနေတဲ့ကျောင်းတွေကမှ Teacher Center မှာတက်ရောက်လို့ရပါတယ် Teacher Center က Ontario ပြည်နယ်ရဲ့ကနေဒါနိုင်ငံ Ontario ပြည်နယ်ရဲ့ capital city Toronto မြို့တော်တွေက Prima College နဲ့ MOU ထိုးထားဖြစ်လို့ OSST ပညာရေးကိုအာမခံချက်အပြည့်အဝပေးနိုင်ပါတယ်ဒါလေးကတော့ကျမတို့ Prima College ပါကျမတို့နဲ့ MOU ထိုးထားတဲ့ Prima College က building လေးပါဒါကတော့ကနေဒါရဲ့ top 1 university ဖြစ်တဲ့ University of Toronto ရဲ့ campus ထဲမှာပဲ Prima College ကတည်ရှိပါတယ် Prima College က post secondary high school pathway provider ဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ winning award ကိုလည်းရရှိထားတဲ့အကြောင်းဖြစ်ပါတယ် Brema College နဲ့အတူ partner အနေနဲ့လုပ်ထားတဲ့ university တွေကတော့ University of Toronto, University of Waterloo, Ramsay University, York University အစရှိတဲ့ university တွေအများကြီးနဲ့လည်းကျမတို့က MOU partnership ဖြစ်ပါတယ် Brema College နဲ့က partnership ဖြစ်ပါတယ် Brema College ကအောင်သွားတဲ့ဒီ student တွေကမှကျမတို့ဒီကောင်က 37% က University of Toronto ကနေဒါရဲ့ top 1 university ကိုတက်ရောက်ခွင့်ရတဲ့ student တွေဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီမှာလည်း Brema College ကတက်တဲ့ student တွေကသူတို့ qualify ဖြစ်တယ်ဆိုတာကို University of Toronto ကနေပြီးတော့ဒါသူရေးပေးထားတဲ့သူရဲ့ဒါထောက်ခံချက်ပေါ့နော်ဒါလေးကိုသူဒီမှာကျမတို့ဒါလေးကိုဖော်ပြထားပါတယ်ဒါစိတ်ချယုံကြည်ရတဲ့အကြောင်းအမခံချက်အပြည့်အဝရှိတဲ့အကြောင်းနဲ့ကျမတို့ join မိချိတ်ဆက်ထားဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင်သင်ကြားမှုပုံစံအနေနဲ့ကတော့ကျမတို့ကBrema College ကဆရာဆရာမတွေဓာတ်ရိုက်တင်တဲ့ online program တွေမှာကျမတို့ကဝင်ရောက်တက်ရမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒါအပြင်ကျမတို့ Brema College က student ဖြစ်သွားတာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက် Brema College ကနေပြီးတော့ student တွေကမိမိဘာသာဝင်ရောက်လေ့လာကြည့်ရှုလို့ရတဲ့ 𝐇𝐢𝐠𝐡 platform မှာလည်းကိုယ့်ဘာသာကိုဝင်ရောက်ကြည့်ရှုပြီးတော့ဒီကနေပြီးတော့ထပ်ပြီးတော့လေ့လာလို့ရပါတယ်ဒီခါလေးမှာ internet အခက်အခဲကြောင့်ဖြစ်ပလေစေခါလေးမှာထပ်ပြီးပို့သိချင်တဲ့အခါမျိုးမှာ 𝐇𝐢𝐠𝐡 platform ကနေပြီးတော့ဆက်ပြီးလေ့လာလို့လည်းရပါတယ်အဓိကကတော့ assignment တွေ project တွေ unit and test တွေကနေပြီးတော့အဓိကအမှတ်ယူမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်အဲ့တော့ကလေးအတွက်က exam အတွက်ကိုသူက stress လျော့သွားတာပေါ့နော်အဲ့အတွက်လည်း stress ကိုသူကအများကြီးလုပ်စီရမလို့တော့ဘူးဒီဘက်က assignment တွေကို unit project တွေကိုအဲ့ဒါလေးတွေကိုသူတို့ဘက်က deadline မတိုင်ခင်မှာတည်တည်ချာချာလုပ်နိုင်တယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်ဒီဘက်က grade အတွက်လည်းသူတို့ကောင်းမွန်တဲ့ grade လေးကိုရရှိသွားမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်နိုင်ငံပေါင်း30ကျော်ကကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတွေက in person တက်နေတဲ့ကျောင်းဖြစ်ပြီး online program အနေနဲ့လည်းနိုင်ငံပေါင်းများစွာကကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတွေတက်ရောက်နေပါတယ်ဒါကြောင့်မလို့ Brema College ကလည်းဒီကနေပြီးတော့ကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတွေရဲ့ကျောင်းဝင်ခွင့်လျှောက်တာတွေကို Brema College ကကျောင်း year 12ပေါ့နော် year 12တက်ပြီးွားရင် university ကိုသွားပြီးရှောက်မဲ့ကျောင်းသူကျောင်းသားတွေအတွက်ကို Brema College ကဝိုင်းဝန်းကူညီဆောင်ရွက်ပေးမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒါကတော့ Brema College ရဲ့ Green List of Partner School တွေနဲ့ဒါက Regional Manager တွေရှိတဲ့ map လေးကိုပြပေးထားတာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင်အဲ့တော့ OSST program ကိုကျမတို့ဒီမှာ teacher စုစင်တာကနေမိတ်ဆက်လိုက်တဲ့အခါမှာကျမတို့ကဒီ OSST program ရဲ့အသာချက် benefits လေးကိုပြောပြမယ်ဆိုလို့ရှိရင် grade 9 to 12ကို Brema College ကလက်ခံပါတယ်ဒီအတွက်ကျမတို့ teacher စုစင်တာကတက်မဲ့ student တွေက Brema College ကတက်တဲ့ placement test လေးကိုဝင်ရောက်ဖြေဆိုပြီးBrema College ကဆရာဆရာမတွေကိုယ်တိုင်ဆုံးဖြတ်ပေးမယ်ဒီ year 9 10 11 12ကိုဝင်ရောက်တက်နိုင်ပြီဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီလိုမျိုးတက်ပြီးတဲ့အခါမှာလည်းတန်းပြီးပြီးသွားတဲ့အခါမှာ Ontario ပြည်နယ်အသိအမှတ်ပြု certificate ကိုလည်းတန်းပြီးပြီးတဲ့အခါမှာလည်းရရှိမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ပြီးတဲ့အခါမှာ NAM exam taking system ဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်သူ exam ပေါ်မှာလည်းသူက pressure နေပါပါလိမ့်မယ်အဲ့တော့သူကဒီ weekly assignment တွေ project တွေပေါ်မှာပဲကလေးကအဓိကအာရုံလုပ်ထားတာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်သူ့အတွက်က time management တွေပါလေသူလုပ်နိုင်ပါလိမ့်မယ်ဒါကသူ့ရဲ့ future plan အတွက်မှာလည်းဒါကအရင်ကောင်းမွန်တဲ့အစီအစဉ်ကောင်းလေးတစ်ခုဖြစ်ပါတယ်ကလေးကဒီကနေပြီးတော့ assignment လုပ်တဲ့အခါမှာသူ့အတွက်အကျိုးကျေးဇူးတွေကသူနောက်ထောက်လျှောက်သူ့ရဲ့အလုပ်လုပ်တဲ့အခါမှာဖြစ်ပါစေသူ့ရဲ့နောက်ဆက်တက်မဲ့ university မှာဖြစ်ပါစေသူ့ရဲ့ဒီ time management ကိုသူဘယ်လိုမျိုး deal လုပ်သွားမယ်တို့ကဒါကလေးအတွက်ကောင်းမွန်တဲ့အလေ့ကျင့်ကောင်းလေးဖြစ်ပါတယ်နောက်တစ်ခုကဒီ Brema College ရဲ့ OSST program မှာကျမတို့ 𝐇𝐢𝐠𝐡 ကိုထည့်ထားတာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကလေးကမိမိဘာသာမိမိစိတ်ကြိုက်ဝင်ပြီးတော့ဒီထဲမှာ Brema student ဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်သွားပြီးကြည့်လို့ရပါတယ်အဲ့လိုကြည့်တဲ့အခါမှာ Brema ကလည်းသူကဒါအချိန်ကတ်သက်ချက်မရှိကလေးဘယ်လောက်ထိကြည့်နေရဆိုတာကိုမြင်ရပါတယ် unit တစ်ခုပြီးတစ်ခုမှာသူက unit တစ်ခုပြီးမှတစ်ခုကိုဖွင့်လို့ရမှာဖြစ်တဲ့အတွက်ကလေးကဒီထဲမှာဘယ်လောက်ထိဝင်ကြည့်နေတယ်ဘယ်လောက်ထိစာလုပ်နေတယ်ဆိုတာကိုလည်း Brema ကသိနိုင်မှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင်It's okay သမီးဒီဘက်က benefits လေးတွေတခြားပြောပြီးွားပြီဆိုတော့လေ
ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါရှင်ဟုတ်ကဲ့ပါအခုလိုတခြားလေးရှင်းပြသွားပေးတဲ့တခြားတင်ကြီးအောင်ကိုအထူးပဲကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ရှင်ဟုတ်ကဲ့အဲ့ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်နောက်ထပ်အစီအစဉ်လေးတစ်ခုဖြစ်တဲ့link ကနေပြီးတော့ Brema College နဲ့ပေါ့နော် University preparation ကိုဘယ်လိုလေးပြုလုပ်ရမလဲဆိုတာကိုပြပြသွားပေးမှာပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်ရှင် Now we'll be moving on to the interview with Miss Lin from the Brema College so Lin can you please tell me what does it mean by university preparation
Thank you, Lina, for your question. So, Brahma College is a leading Toronto, a leading secondary school in Toronto, and since 1995, we have thousands of international students enter Canadians' top college and university. And by mentioning about university preparation, we mean that we provide the student for two aspects. The first one is the knowledge, and the second one is the skills. So in terms of, as you can see from the screen, Brahma College equip other students in many different aspects before they actually enter a university or college. From day one, they are helped by our counselors, by our guidance academic team to determine and to find out the potential. Because we have the current career guidance, and by using the testing system, we can help the student to find out what their strengths are and what they want to do in the future. By doing so, we also have the student to make a study plan, and it is a customized study plan that is suitable for each and individual student. Also, we have the credit granted system, which have the student to transfer what they have already done in their current home country. That's also the reason why the OSSD program touch in 𝐇𝐢𝐠𝐡 help the student to shorten, to make the time of study shorter, and they can save a lot of time because we have the credits transfer system. Also, we have the support from university and colleges, specialists in those. They can deliver the presentation to our student every year. And today is one of the sample how the university or college specialist can support your student. They will give the insight of the program, what the student need to know before they apply for the program, what they need to prepare. And also we have scholarship for the student from the university and colleges. And we have very prestigious partners. For example, the University of Toronto, the top one university in Canada, York, Ryerson, Waterloo, the colleges in Ontario. But not only those partners, all of the Canadian colleges and university accept the OSSD from Brahma College. And we also, this is the result of our student. That is the knowledge that we provide to the student. We also equip them with the skills. And the student joining our OSSD program, even though they are not in Canada, they are a part of Brahma College community, and they can join our clubs for free. So we have many different clubs that help the student to increase their mental health, their physical health, also their leadership, and the ability to involve in the community involvement. Also, like with the combination of the knowledge and the skills, the student will be very ready for the university. First, they won't be chosen the subjects based on the pathway they are going to study in university. They will equip by the skills that they need in university. For example, leader skill, critical thinking, or independent learning. That kind of skills is very important for the student at university. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Okay, so let's move to the next question. Ling, can you please share more about the pathway program of the OSSD?
Okay, sure. So in the OSSD, we have the thematic pathway system, which means that the student will choose the subjects based on the pathway they are going to study at university. And we provide 5 main pathways for the student. One of them is the, let me share the screen. One of them is the art and design pathway. So what does it mean by pathway system? It means that the student will choose the subjects apart from the compulsory subject to finish the high school program. They will choose some of the subjects can be considered as the foundation for the university. And this is the 4 main pathway we provide: humanities, art and design, math and science, and business. And I will go and I will focus on the art and design pathway. As you can see from the screen, if the student requires 6 subjects, means 6 credits to finish OSSD, the only required course that they need to have is the grade 12 English. The 5 remaining one is they can choose. We highly recommend that the students study art and design pathway, study visual arts, grade 12 visual art. Apart from that, they can choose from the list that we provide. For example, they can also study dramatic arts, or they can study communication technology. By studying those subjects from the high school program, they are already equipped with the skills and knowledge, the basic one, so that when they enter the university, they can start and they can follow the program, I think, right from the day one. Also, as I mentioned, we do not only equip the student with the knowledge, but also with the skill. So we provide the clubs based on the pathway they are follow. For example, art and design pathway, the student can join clubs like photography club, portfolio club, or social media club. It will depend on which major that they study at university, because art and design is also a very big pathway, a huge pathway that have many different majors inside, and it depends on whether the student follow the visual art, or they follow the dramatic arts, or they want to study the design, the marketing or design. So they can choose the club, the additional program based on that. Yep. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your explanation. It was everything in detail. Okay, so let's move to the next program. So coming next, please let me give the stage to Ms. 𝐻𝐴. What are the requirements to be accepted into the arts and design at your school? And then, do the OSSD student have any privilege?
Thank you very much, Lina, for having me today. My name is 𝐻𝐴. I'm from 𝐂𝐚𝐧𝐚 College, and it's my pleasure to introduce 𝐂𝐚𝐧𝐚 College to you. But if you want to jump to the question, I can say that OSSD student, whether you study in Canada or online, we will accept the transcript and we will accept you in our program. And if you complete ENG, the English class, the English grade 12 ENG for C or ENG for you, then you do not need to present the IELTS score, and you can accept the score in ENG for C and ENG for you. Art and design program are a little bit special because most of them require you to have skills in drawing. Some program require you to submit a portfolio, such as the animation program. Will require you to have drawings from 10 to 15 works that you have done in the past, showing that you have the capacity to do the program. Same with illustration and concept art, interior design, interior decorating, and graphic design. So not everyone can do art and media program, but there are some media programs that do not require a portfolio, such as interactive media design, photography, journalism, broadcasting. So those programs do not require you to submit a portfolio, which means that you do not need to have skill to draw. You can learn it at school.
Okay, yeah, let me move to the next question. So can you share me more about the job opportunities and employment rate after graduation from your college?
Ontario colleges, the rate of employment for our graduates are relatively high. We got normally from 85 to 90% of our graduates, they will get a job within 6 months after graduation. 𝐴𝐚𝐧𝐚 College is in the capital of Canada, and we are the only public English-speaking college in Ottawa. There is no other schools, no other competitor. So our graduates will only compete with their own friends. There is no other schools in Ottawa to compete to. So in general, it is easier for you to get a job in Ottawa because there are less competition, and the salary is also higher for starting for entry jobs. When you start the career, your salary is normally higher, about 20% higher than in Toronto. Once you advance in the career, you might jump higher in management and senior roles. Then you will be promoted, and the salary, the top one might not be the same as the one in Toronto, but at the entry level, when you start the career, then you have more opportunity in Ottawa.
Yes, thank you. And let's move to the next question. So how about the immigration chance for the student who study from the high school to the college to the university?
There are a lot of advantages for students who complete high school, like Canadian high school program, and then move on to university and colleges. Number one, very important, is language skill. Because when you want to immigrate to Canada, language skill account for a big percentage of the points when you want to immigrate to Canada. And when you start a high school, a Canadian high school from when you are very young, then the language capacity is good. And when you want to immigrate to Canada, you take an IELTS or self-pid test, the score is normally higher. So that is very important in terms of immigration. And then you will, when you study a Canadian high school program and a Canadian diploma or advanced diploma or bachelor degree, then you learn the skills that would be transferable when you apply for a job. So you have a very good language skill, you have a Canadian degree or credential, then you would be, it will be easier for you to get a job after you graduate compared with someone who come from abroad fresh, right? And then because you enter the job market earlier, you gain enough experience earlier than others. So by studying a Canadian credential from high school and at post-secondary level, you are more prepared in terms of language, credential, and work experience, so that the chances of you being able to immigrate to Canada is easier and faster.
Yes, and one more question, please. Ms. Hyen, can you please share about Ottawa and your school?
So as I said, 𝐴𝐚𝐧𝐚 College is the only public English-speaking college in Ottawa, and Ottawa is the capital of Canada. And we normally think, people normally think a big city in Canada. Ottawa is not the biggest one, number 4 in terms of size in Canada. And we have 1.3 million people living in Ottawa, and Ottawa is known as the best city for newcomers in Canada. And best city in terms of quality if you have the same budget. So if you have the same budget, the quality of life is the best compared with Toronto, Vancouver, or other big cities. So if you have a lot of money, then you can have a good quality of life in any places. But the budget is something you have to consider. Then in Ottawa, you will have a very good chances of having high quality of life with the same budget. Especially if you are young people or you are a student with a family, then Ottawa is very good for you because it's a good and safe place for you to welcome, to raise a child and to grow up as an adult. One thing is very important is Ottawa is the most educated city in Canada. We have 73% of our labor workforce who have a post-secondary credential. It is one of the most important technology hub in Canada. In fact, Ottawa has the second highest percentage of scientists and engineers in the entire North America, just behind Silicon Valley. So in terms of the people who are working in this field, we have more people more percentage of people who are working in this field than any other big city in Canada. And it's something surprisingly that about 90% of R&D, research and development budget in Canada is happening in Ottawa. So this R&D activity in Canada, 90% of them are happening in Ottawa. So there are a lot of opportunities for students who are interested in the technology programs in science and engineering and research and development. So these are the things that people don't normally think about Ottawa, but it is some facts. And because we are the only public college in Ottawa, we have a lot of programs that are opening up for domestic students, but also for international students. We have more than 300 programs, and of which 180 programs are open for international students. We have a very good and updated facility to help students learn the skills and the technologies that the industry are using. Many of our professors are from the industry. They work in the morning in an animation studio, and then in the afternoon, they are teaching at Algonquin College. Some of our alumni, they graduate, they are working in the industry, they come back and teach at the school as well. So we have a very strong connection with industry, which means that our students can have an internship or co-op in those companies. And once they graduate, they can find jobs in those companies right at the time they graduate. They don't have to wait. So these are the opportunity for the student who choose to study at the college. Normally, when you graduate from a high school, you would think about going to university. And when you are thinking about obtaining a bachelor degree, we also have a bachelor degree at the college as well. And when you consider studying a bachelor degree at the college and at the university, studying at the college have many advantages. Number one, the admission requirement is not as high, so you can get accepted even though the GPA is not as high. And then the tuition fee is much more affordable. Our tuition fee is about half of what the university is charging students. So not many people have the capacity to pay for like $40,000–$50,000 per year for tuition fee. At the college level, at Algonquin College, our tuition fee for bachelor degree program is about $22,000 per year. So you save instead of paying for like 100, paying for 4 years at the college, you can only pay for 2 years at the university. So in terms of budget, it's very affordable to study at the college level. And then the other thing is very important as well is that studying at the college, you learn much more practical skills than at the university. At the university, you tend to study more theory than practice. So graduate from colleges, they are more ready for jobs than graduate from university because they had studied with so many work components during the program. So they learn the practical skill right on the university, right on the campus, college. And when they graduate from the college, the industry, the employers do not need to train them again. They are already ready for the jobs. They already learn the skills that the industry is needed. And they already work on the computer, on the system, on the software, on anything like technical side of the industry. They already know it. It's the same thing that they are using in the industry and at the college. So the employer loves graduates from the college because they can do the job from day one.
Yes, thank you. And then one question pops up through the YouTube. It is asked that, is there any tech architecture program available? So can you explain about it?
Algonquin College have architectural technician program and architectural technology program. So these are for students who graduate from high school. They do not require you to have any drawing skills. It's a technician program. Just need to have a math skill and you are set. We are not, we do not train architect. So if you want to become an architect, you would have to go to university. We train architectural technician and architectural technologists. But if you already have a degree in architecture, we have green architecture program that teach people on how to develop and implement green technologies in building building houses and buildings. And we also have a BIM, which is modeling. What is it? BIM, building information modeling program for those who already have the skills on architecture. So you learn how to turn all the design into 3D, for example, so that your investor, the technicians can know what to do with this, because it's so visual. You can see the building in 3D format even before it is built.
Yes, and then another question, is there any kinds of scholarships available for the student who have got a high education level with a high qualifications?
Angkong College unfortunately do not have a scholarship, entrance scholarship for international students. One thing I would like to share is that the Canadian government, we are a public school and we receive funding from the government, and the Canadian government welcome international students to Canada, and they allow international students to work when you are studying, not when you are at high school, but when you are at the college. When you are studying, you can work 20 hours per week, and during summer break, you can work full time. They allow students to work when they are studying. They allow students to work after they graduate, and there would be possibility for them to stay longer term, like permanently in Canada as well. So the government of Canada is encouraging international students to come to Canada. They allow them to work to recover the living expenses and maybe save up for the tuition fee. And they do not give us money to give to international students as scholarships. So I would suggest that international students, when they want to go to study in Canada, think about a Canadian education as an investment for the future. So you will learn good skills. You can have opportunity to earn after money to pay for all the expenses, but also you can learn. You have a credential and work experience, which will help you a lot in the future.
Yes, thank you so much. It was everything in detail. So is there anything that you would like to add more about your school?
Angkong, if you are talking about art and media and design program, Angkong have a very big and very strong school of media and design. And I would take an example, the animation program at Angkong College. We are number 6 in the world, top 6 program, the best animation program in the world, not just in Canada, but in the world. So we have a very well-known program, and the competition for this program is not easy. But we also have other good programs in advanced technology, in hospitality, in business, in architecture and construction, and in healthcare. So we have 180 programs to choose from. If you are interested, feel free to let me know, and I can share my contact detail on the screen, so you can contact me and let me know if you have any questions. We have a Facebook and website. We have I think there's a mistake here. Well, our website is Angkong College /international, and we have Angkong College Asia Facebook page that you can follow, and we also have a group for students who are interested in Angkong College from Asia, Angkong College Asia as well. And then those students can join and ask questions to us.
Yes, thank you so much. Okay, အခုလိုဖြေကြားပေးတဲ့အတွက်အထူးပင်ကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ရှင်။အခုဆက်လက်ပြီးတော့ teacher တင်ကြီးကိုမေးချင်တဲ့မေးခွန်းလေးရှိပါတယ်ရှင်။ teacher တင်ကြီးရှင် teacher စုစင်တာကနေပြီးတော့ OSSD program အတွက်ကို Prima College နဲ့အတူဘယ်လိုမျိုးလေး support လုပ်ပေးသွားမယ်ဆိုတာလေးကိုပြောပြပေးပါရှင်။
Okay. So, there's so many benefits of OSSD program. So that's why Teacher Center offer OSSD program to the students. So we support from 𝐸𝐠𝐡 Center. These are some first for we support. So the student will join the direct online program. So sometimes they have any difficulties for time management and internet difficulties. So they can ask local teachers. So we support local teachers, and then they can learn from 𝐇𝐢𝐠𝐡 platform. So they can manage their time arrangement. Okay, and then as a program director, I support and encourage to my students, and I will give them some advice and suggestion and how to do well and how to do manage their stress and how to do the time management, because the time management is very important. So when they receive such kind of suggestion, so I think it will be convenient for their development future life stream. Okay, and then so we support community involvement. So the students will provide their critical thinking, creative idea, leadership skill, and communication skill with the other students. And the students will join with the international students in Brahma College, so they can get some suggestions and some activities, and they will do some projects together. So they have good social dealing about them. So, and then our 𝐸𝐠𝐡 Center provide some students for high achievement and top 10 students. So we get a scholarship for them. So the students who want to join OSST program, we will provide scholarship for them. So for the students, so this is very welcome for the students. Okay, thank you.
Okay, ပါဒီချဲကျေးဇူးအရင်တင်ပါတယ်ရှင်။ Okay ပါOSST ကိုတက်ကြမဲ့ကျောင်းသားကျောင်းသူများအနေဖြင့်ဒီလိုမျိုးအခွင့်အရေးတွေအများကြီးရှိတဲ့အတွက်ကြောင့်မလို့ 𝐸𝐠𝐡 Center ကနေပြီးတော့အသစ်ဖွင့်လိုက်တဲ့ OSST program လေးကိုလက်မလွတ်စေချင်ပါဘူးရှင်။ Okay ပါအခုအချိန်ထိကိုအချိန်ပေးပြီးတော့တက်ရောက်ပေးကြတဲ့အတွက်ကျောင်းသားကျောင်းသူများနဲ့မိဘများအကုန်လုံးကိုလည်း 𝐸𝐠𝐡 Center ကနေပြီးတော့အထူးကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ရှင်။အခုလိုထူးခြားကောင်းမွန်တဲ့ OSST program လေးကိုApril intake မှာတက်ရောက်ခြင်းနဲ့ဆိုလို့ရှိရင်တော့ 𝐸𝐠𝐡 page messenger ကိုဆက်သွယ်ပေးဖို့လည်းအသိပေးလိုက်ရပါတယ်ရှင်။ကောင်းသောနေ့လေးဖြစ်ပါစေရှင်။ Thank you for the guest speaker for joining us today. If you want to register our intake in April, please contact 𝐸𝐠𝐡 page messenger to enroll our incredible pathways. We are looking forward to seeing you soon. Thank you very much.